What is going on, guys? This is Bucky with Shotways. Welcome back to another video, and something might look a little different behind me, and that is my new 2021 203FS Key West in my dream boat, and super excited to announce the latest boat, especially now that I'll be fishing on the Tri-Waves channel. Gonna be fishing a ton out in the Chesapeake Bay, out in the ocean now, inshore still, but super excited to get out on this thing, start fishing, and releasing a lot of new videos. What I want to do now is give you guys a full walkthrough and also just a review of this boat. This is a 2021 model, and got it actually down in South Carolina a couple days ago, and been out a couple times on it and love it. Super excited, going to be getting out in the bay this weekend doing some fishing, but I'm going to give you guys a full walkthrough and kind of review on the boat, the pros and maybe some of the cons for anybody who is looking at this specific model. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you're not already subscribed to Tri-Waves, I'd appreciate if you hit that video. Let's go ahead and get into this review. All right, so this is it. This is the 2021 203FS, and this is the ice blue color, which I absolutely love, and is just an absolutely great boat. It's in really great condition. There's a ton of pros on it, and so much that I really do enjoy about it that I'm going to talk about in the video. But it's a 203, and it does have the hard T-top, which I really like. There's a lot of great features, which I'll show once we get into the boat. But it's got a really nice flare on the bow itself here down to the keel. And really cuts through wakes really well. I was out the other day kind of just test riding in about 2 foot plus waves, and handled really great. So I really like that part of the kind of the configuration and specific layout of the hull. This is a dual axle trailer, which again, this is not going to vary based off the boat, but that's a big plus. Pulled this thing back about 7.5 to 8 hours, and pulled this boat really well. So like that. I'm going to jump in the boat in a second here, but one of my absolute favorite parts of the boat is the motor. This is a 2021 200 horsepower Yamaha, and this thing runs like a champ. One of my last boats was an inboard outboard, which I'm not the biggest fan of, and this thing really just runs great, extremely quiet. And a lot of the 203FSs and a lot of just your generic kind of 21-foot bay boats, if you will, really are kind of stock at the 150. It could be a Mercury, it could be Yamaha, Suzuki. So I really want to get a little more power just in case, and the boat really runs great with this 200. I've only been out on it by myself once and got up to almost 47, 48 and still had a little more in it, but wasn't kind of pushing it. But planes out great with 6-7 people on the boat. Now this is going to vary, of course, based off the model, what you have on it. These are 2 Linco trim tabs. Trim tabs are great regardless of the horsepower you have on your motor, just to be able to obviously balance out the boat if you got more people, and it's kind of weighing back and forth. So definitely would recommend trim tabs. One of the too many features that I like about this boat, one, it's got the self-draining cockpit for water in the boat itself. I'll show you those drains in the boat, but it's got these 2 transom lights, LED, and those things put off a ton of light. I do a lot of nighttime fishing, and it's not, I mean, it maybe helps you a little bit, just kind of make your way around, see where you're fishing at, but it's more kind of cosmetics, but looks great. There's the other one there, there's transducer, but I really like those LED transom lights and give it a really good look. Back on the transom area here too, you've got a standard just kind of 3-step drop down ladder. I've only actually used that once since I've had the boat. We beached it at a local beach, kind of getting in and out, which is all right. The only thing, you just kind of got to be careful based off the location of trim tabs, and that's just kind of standard for these type of boats, but pretty kind of straightforward here. Another big plus I like about this boat is it did come with the tow bar package. This comes as an option if you're going to buy new, which is really great. I got kids and friends that we go out skiing and tubing, so if we have that option, it is great obviously to have it on there. When I get fishing out more in the bay, I don't know how much this might get in the way of fishing and poles and stuff, so I may take off, and it's just 4 bolts there, no big deal. But really like to have the option of the tow bar, and if you guys are going to be tubing kids or getting out on the water on the lakes, I would definitely recommend the tow bar package. Boat comes with 4 push-up cleats, 2 back on the transom area and 2 almost mid up forward area, and it also does have 4 pop-up cleats for your fenders, which I really like. That's kind of something I haven't had before. You're a lot of times fighting with your dock line cleats. So that is nice to have. All right, so now that I showed you guys some of the exterior features, I'm jumping in the boat now. I'm going to show you guys kind of the layout of the boat, different electronics and configuration of the boat. And please do not judge me. The floor and boat is a little bit dirty. I was out fishing last night, but you guys can look at past that. If you're looking at this for a review, you'll get the idea. All right, so up first we have the helm area, which I really like. It's a really clean and really kind of simple layout here. This came with a 9-inch Garmin, which I really like. There's a ton of capabilities. It does have the pack to tie into the motor to have all your logistics and data on the motor itself. Comes with the 2 meters for RPMs and speed, and the third one also for fuel. And also, of course, you have your trim tab gauges here. It comes with a Fusion speaker. It's got 6 speakers, 2 up forward, 2 back aft, and then 2 in the T-top, which I really like, which we'll go into a second. It also has 1 cigarette lighter and then a USB connection, which is great, charging your phone or any kind of device that you need. Gauges, really straightforward too. You got your navigation lights, bilge pump, your live well, raw water, your courtesy lights in down at your step up and on the side of the helm, your transom lights here, 2 auxiliaries if you want to tie something into it, and then your horn as well. Another great feature of this boat that I haven't really used is that it does come with the VH radio that you have up there. And then, of course, if there's any kind of type of storage that you want to put up there, maybe phone, wallet, keys, or something. I really have not used that much, but you do have that capability, just kind of extra storage up there, which is really nice. Something that is really, I think, overlooked a lot is kind of this footrest, kind of for the helm, the captain, and or a passenger. And a lot of people who don't drive boats don't realize that if you're sitting and or standing, it's nice to kind of have your foot on something and resting rather than straight kind of on the deck itself. So this is a great feature that Keywest offers, and also it does come with storage in there. I've just got some bait and towels and stuff in there, but you can also throw your wallet, whatever, in there. And you also do have this section that is above that footrest, which I have kind of keys and some koozies and stuff, but you can put your phone in there kind of as well too. Another big thing for me is when I'm out on the water is comfort, especially when you're driving. And that could be if you're just pleasure cruising around or if you're fishing. So this is the upgraded helm seat, which I really do like. And as you can see, it has the option to have that front area lift back for if you're standing and kind of resting against it, which I do a lot. Or you have the capability to lean those forward, which sometimes I do if I'm kind of cruising through an inlet or no wake zone where I'm sitting, because I normally stand a lot of the times. But you have that capability on both sides, which I really like. If it's me and my wife or me and my dad out, we can both kind of sit there. But majority of the time I have it up, but I really do like that function and capability rather than just kind of having a really straightforward just bench and or leaning post. And on the back side, I'm going to use this boat a ton for fishing. I do like it's got the 4 rod holders. Some people call them rocket launchers, but I really do like that capability. Kind of is an upgraded package on that helm seat. Another thing that I did after is this does not come with the custom cooler package, but I do have a cooler here, and I have just straps that I tie on to the side here. But would definitely recommend this just for extra storage for drinks, food, or ice and fish that I kind of plan on using it for. All right, so back to the back bench area here. As you can see, I don't have any of the snap-on cushions. They come with the bow package and back bench seat here, but I was fishing last night, so I don't have anything in, but I will put those in at the end of the video so you guys can see. And you have 2 storage areas on both sides of the back bench here. And something that I'm not the biggest fan, I wish Keywest could have done differently, is maybe put some type of notch here and or maybe a little handle, because you kind of got to just open those by kind of that snap-on clip right there. Not too big of a deal, but something I wish probably they would have done a little differently. The live well is really great. It's really deep. I don't know actually the exact size in regards to gallons, but I do really like the size of that gallon of a live well, which is a big plus. And same thing on the other side of the boat. There's another storage locker. I've got some just kind of some fishing boxes in there right now, but that definitely is a big plus of this boat. There is a lot of different storage options, which are always great to have on a boat. All right, so I do have to be honest, the biggest thing I probably don't like about the boat is this back bench rest. And the way kind of that Keywest made this is probably more of a cheaper end, and there's two Velcro areas that theoretically that back bench is supposed to kind of lock into, and depending on the angle of the boat or wakes, that kind of really drops down quite easily. So what I plan on doing, which I've already seen some people do, is building kind of a magnet kit, a piece that goes to the back of the bench and then back on the transom area, so it kind of locks in, it's more sturdy. But it just seems like it kind of comes down a lot, which is kind of a pain, and it's built that way. As you can see, it just dropped. Built that way so when you're trimming that motor all the way up, it has some room. I kind of keep that up majority of the time, but that's probably honestly the biggest con of the boat, is just the way that Keywest built that. And like I said earlier, there's two speakers on the back side of the boat, one on the port and starboard side. This boat does come with a raw water wash down. I actually just got this hose, and that's a great feature to have, depending maybe if you're on salt, you don't want as much salt in the boat. But this option did not come with the freshwater wash down tank. I believe you can get that as a upgraded package. This boat specifically does not have it. Another great feature is there are three rod storage holders here on the port and starboard side. So if you're out fishing for the day and you got a couple rods, you don't know if you're going to use them or not, there's some great storage on the side of the gunnels that really doesn't take up much room. Another kind of underrated feature on this boat is the amount of cup holders. You have one on both sides, and then you actually have 6 up forward. You've got 2 at the helm themselves, which is really nice. And then you've got 2 rod holders specifically on both sides of the gunnel for fishing. All right, and one of my favorite parts of the boat, to be honest, is the T-top. This is a hard T-top. As you can tell, it's very clean and very well welded and manufactured. You can tell there's really good seams, but it's got the 2 speakers on both sides of it. It's got 4 rod holders at the top, and it's got 2 LED spreaders on the back side of the T-top. And then it's also got one up forward for more light on the bow if you're fishing at nighttime, which is really great. It also has this basket area for storage. Most of the time that's used for life jackets. You could also throw towels or other stuff up there, which is another great option. And the back and front LED spreader lights are controlled by just these 2 switches on the T-top itself. But it was really kind of a must for me that I really wanted a hard T-top. You know, more generic is the soft tops, which are fine, but I think these look a lot cleaner and just really looks good. All right, so under the helm there is a lot of storage under here, which I really like, and I do apologize, there's a bunch of random stuff in here, and I literally just got the boat, so I'm still kind of figuring out storage and what I want to do. But there is a lot of storage in here, and something that I really do like that Keywest did is a lot of standard boats just have the deck of the storage under here level with the exterior deck here, and Keywest built kind of a drop down, which there's probably another 1.5 foot down here, so it gives you obviously more storage. I have some life jackets down there, just in some towels, which I do need to kind of clean up, but there's a lot of storage. You also do have a I actually don't have the battery turned on right now, but you have a light in here, which is great if you need to get in at night. A lot of models have the small portable bathroom kind of porta potty things, which is great to have in here just as an option if there is emergency. And I'm not going to go too in details in regards to the electrical configuration of the boat, but there's 2 batteries on the back side of this kind of tarp that divides the storage here back to the back side of the dash here, but it's really clean. Keywest is really known for doing a really good job in regards to their electrical. So really it's simple getting to your electronics back here and your fuses, etc. So it's really a clean layout. And now we're going to go up forward here, and like I said, I apologize, it is a little dirty now, and there's the cushions that are not currently in that I will show, but gives you a layout and kind of the configuration up forward here. So these are the backrest to the seats if you have people up forward, which I really like. That was kind of a big just request for my wife when I wanted something to fish on, but she wanted the pleasure seating, so this is great, and that kind of defines the purpose of the FS in the model name, which stands for Family Sportsman. But these are really straightforward to get out. There's 2 little snap-in buttons, and those lift right out. Like I said earlier, there are 6 cup holders up forward here, 2 here, 2 here in the forward, and 2 up forward. So there's plenty of storage for your drinks there. I do also like the feature and option. There are 2 additional storage places up here you could also use for ice boxes, depending on the size of the fish. I've got some spear diving stuff in there, but those are pretty good size storage boxes. And something I kind of do wish that Key West might have built is those do drain to the bilge and not to the open sea. So if you do have fish in there and blood and guts or whatever, keep in mind that is going to go back to the bilge and not over directly to the sea. And one of the best seats in the house, is that some people say, is the front Helm seat, which is really comfortable. There's really good upholstery just in general on all of these cushions. But another big plus is you have another ice box, which I use this a lot of times if we are going out just kind of hanging out for the day, because a lot of times some people might not sit here during the time, but if you have your cushions on back aft, it can kind of be a pain getting in and out. People are sitting here, so this is a great option just to throw drinks in. It could be bait, whatever, but also is another option for another person to sit. All right, so this is the cushions laid out here. There's 3 snap ends for the back bench area, and then you have 2 up forward, which is really just a nice clean layout. There's 4 snap ends. I actually don't have them actually snapped in, just sitting. There's 4 on both sides, and then there's 3 kind of wrap around the exterior side of it. But as you can see, just a really clean look. Just takes a second to snap in if you're going out for pleasure cruising. Another great feature that Key West offers is this kind of middle cushion area, which I really like, especially kind of just for kids. It gives you a bigger layout and kind of more area, or it could just be 2 adults up here. Gives you more room. But what I also really like too is that this top cushion comes off and makes one big deck for fishing, which is what I'm going to be using a lot too, which is another great feature for the sports side kind of fishing of Key West, but looks really clean and just kind of gives you more room up on that bow seating. All right guys, and there you guys have it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and anybody looking to get a Key West, or specifically the 203FS, I would highly recommend. These are great boats. Been a dream boat of mine for a while, so super excited to finally be able to buy this, and definitely excited. And you're going to be seeing a lot of videos out on the water, me fishing with this. So I hope again you guys enjoy. Hope the video guys gives you a lot of tips and kind of some information if you're looking to buy one of these. So again, I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you're not already subscribed, again, to try ways, I'd appreciate if you hit that button. I'll see you guys on the water.